Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the WWE Elite Collection Kyle O'Reilly figure. Really quickly, I have been totally obsessed with Kyle O'Reilly lately, ever since he returned to AEW. He is so awesome. I'm loving the matches. I mean, he had one with Will Ospreay I think maybe a week ago, and it was too cool. And ever since then, ever since March, it was March when he returned at Revolution. I'm pretty sure that was it, right? Yeah, I forget. I've just been really wanting a figure of his, and I've kind of been sitting on getting his Elite, whether in box or loose, and I finally found a reliable vendor on eBay who was selling it for $25 even, and I couldn't pass it up. So I picked it up, and that was literally 2 days ago. So he kind of came very quick, and I'm very excited to unbox him. I talked about it I talked about it more in depth, I guess, on my video talking about my weekly purchases. So be sure to go check those out. But without further ado, let's take a look at the WWE Elite Collection Kyle O'Reilly. And this is from Series 80, a little bit of a throwback to about 4 years ago. The packaging is a little bit different now, although this looks a little bit, let me show you this. They moved on to that blue packaging, if you guys remember, but this packaging actually looks pretty similar. I did a review of the recent Sheamus from the Top Picks line, and the color scheme with the white and the red is, it's not bad. They're a little more similar than different, I guess you could say. It's funny, they're going back to their roots. But yeah, from 2020, and I'm rambling here. We got to get them out of the box. What am I doing? But yeah, on the back here, I don't know. These other figures here, not really anything I'm interested in, aside from Ivar. I do like Ivar a lot, so I'm interested. Maybe I can get that figure eventually. I do have the basic, but yeah, so there you go. AEW is making a figure of Kyle O'Reilly, but he'll probably end up being out next year, so that'll be quite the waiting game. But there we have it, Kyle O'Reilly from the Undisputed Era stable, out of the box, still in the packaging. Let's get him out of the packaging. What do you say about that? He's got a lot of accessories too, I will say. And I did keep my trusty blade around just in case there were going to be any of those little packaging things right there. There we go, little ropes, little tethers, whatever you want to call them. We'll pop him right out of there. Is there another one? Are you kidding me? Where is it? This is ridiculous. Oh, it's for the belt. Okay, I think we're okay. We can get him out of there. Beautiful. And I wanted to buy him mint on card because I didn't want it to be loose. I wanted all the accessories because there's really when it comes to the hands, a lot of people have just these ones equipped when it comes to the loose figures and not the regular hands. So I wanted to make sure that I got those. But yeah, so there we have it out of the packaging. Let's take a look at them. And this gear is really, really cool. And we'll get into that once I take a look at the figure, but we will start with the accessories. So far, he's holding up well. So let's take a look at this. He does come with an Undisputed Era shirt, not soft goods, unfortunately. It is kind of that weird, rubbery, shirt thing. But on the back, it says Shock the System. And on the front here, it has the Undisputed Era logo along with the title. So there's that. I'm not really going to throw it on him. I just think that these things look terrible, in my opinion. I hate the kind of the soft plastic. I love cloth goods. That's what I love. But moving on here, he does have one half of the NXT Tag Team Championship titles. Very cool, kind of a throwback. I'm pretty sure they look a lot different now. A little bit of a bummer, though. There's kind of a bend here. It was just packaged very tightly and in an odd position, so I'll have to straighten that out. But not bad. Not bad. I don't have this title yet in my collection, so very fortunate to have it. It looks pretty sweet. Hopefully I can get another one and maybe do, some kind of pick fed or something. I have no idea what I'd do with another title. But moving on here, he does have some extra hands here. This is these are the Undisputed Era hands. You can see that's a U and that's kind of an E. I think it goes more like that though. Yeah, Undisputed Era like that. So there you go. Very interesting hands, and I love the wrist tape and the hand tape and the finger tape that he's got on. Very cool. And speaking of that, let's take a look at the figure himself, and this gear is just so cool. All right. On the front of the kick guards here, this nice kind of silver chrome color, whatever you'd want to call it. It just reminds me of knight's armor. It's so sweet, but I love that on the front. You can see here on the front of the knee pads, the Undisputed Era on or logo on one knee and the KO logo on another. I think KO, it's kind of funny, you think like Kevin Owens, but I guess it's just knockout for him. But the big reason why I love this figure so much is this Arctic camo, gig he's got going on. And you can see that represented behind the logos on the knee pads. He also has some black going on under the knee pads, which is pretty cool too. It makes it look like, they go all the way up, or they're kind of these extensions extended knee pads. Very cool. I do like that detail. But going out of the back here, that kind of camo color scheme is continued, and he's got the laces in the back of the boots there. You can see they're printed on though, which is, or painted on, whatever you want to say, which is a little weird. But yeah, super cool. And you can see even on the back here, a little bit of yellow there, which isn't on the other leg, so it's a little bit unique. I like that a lot. And then he's got O'Reilly on one boot there, which is pretty sweet. And then the other side, he just has the Undisputed Era logo. And again, that whole design and scheme is carried onto the shoes. I wanted to say the boots, but the shoes as well. And then the trunks, once again, that camo scheme with the Undisputed Era logo. And then nothing on the back, unfortunately, aside from this little yellow stripe, which is again just kind of on one side. And I like that a lot. I really like that, how it's just kind of on one side. He's got the yellow. That's very cool, very unique. Moving up to the hands here, again, that kind of finger tape and wrist tape and hand tape is applied. It's in various spots around the hands, and they vary, so it wouldn't really be worth explaining every little piece. But moving up on the, what would that be, the right arm, he has an Undisputed Era armband. Very cool, I like that. And then finally over here, before we get to the head, on the torso, he does have an inscription of a tattoo. Forcis et Fius, something in Latin, something with fury. I know that. I took Latin in college for like 3 years, but I should probably know a little bit more, but I gotta look up what that says. Cool, though. I do like that. A Latin tattoo. Very interesting. I think he has more tattoos now, especially on his back, but of course, this is from years ago, so they probably weren't represented. And then moving up here to the head sculpt, I do like this a lot. I think this looks just like Kyle O'Reilly. It's very good. The beard is cool, and his beard color is different from his hair color, so I'm glad they represented that, and that is natural. But yeah, really cool. He kind of had the buzz cut going on. I guess it's a little bit too long for the buzz cut he was rocking. But regardless, it looks sweet. And overall, this figure is super cool. He's not the tallest guy in the world, so the stature's a little bit tiny. But I don't know, man. I've just been waiting for this figure for a long time. Wanted to find a good price on it, and I'm very excited for the AEW version. You know, kind of be updated with the thicker beard and the longer hair. That'll be really, really cool. And I'm very thankful to be watching him on AEW. It's a little sad that Undisputed Era, you know, kind of got like drifted apart. I know Bobby Fish was in AEW for a little bit, but it doesn't really seem like they're going to get back together anytime soon. But I'm liking his whole role as kind of like a secondary Moxley almost, where he's kind of the next most violent, like lone wolf fighter guy. I like that a lot. Very cool. And yeah, I'll stop rambling. I'll leave it there. Would totally recommend picking up this figure, whether you find it like loose at a garage sale or in box online. Definitely one to have. And yeah, I don't know. So I'll leave it there, folks. But as always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.